we always like to look at for World Cup at the beginning is the group stages and who's going to get out because that really matters. So we'll go group by group. We'll sort of have our conversation and sort of see who we think will get out. But Group A, this is where we have Mexico, South Africa, South Korea, and Czechia. Um, who do you have? I'll let you go start this group, Tim, and then I'll start Group B, and you'll go
We're
after.
going we're going first second, right? For these.
I'll let you choose like year two, and then I'll
Okay.
either agree or I'll tell you who I think will go out.
Got it.
Yeah.
We just talked about them. I'm going to go Mexico, getting first out of this group. Then I'm going to go South Korea. I read an article briefly about South Korea. They don't fear anybody, and just a bunch of badasses. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go South Korea for
Yeah.
second. Maybe they'll take first. I like I just like their mindset. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, no, yeah. I have it about the same. I have Mexico getting out. I have them getting out first, and then I have South Korea. South Korea is a dangerous team. That's a team ever since that they hosted the World Cup and made it to the third place game. They've been producing players. They've been showing up to these tournaments. So I can't knock them. South Africa could be a team. The first game, Mexico, South Africa, it's a rematch of 8 years ago when South Africa and Mexico opened up for the South Africa World Cup. So, now it's on Mexico home turf. So finally the away matchup.
There you go.
But yeah, I think Mexico should get out of this group pretty easily. It'll be tough, but they should be first. South Korea second. Um, and then third, probably South Africa, Czechia. They're both solid crews.
Okay.
But we'll go to Group B. Group B is Canada, Bosnia, and I always forget how to say it. Herzegovina. I'm just going to say Bosnia. Qatar, and Switzerland. I think what I've been thinking, I have Canada coming out of this group. And then I'm going to have Bosnia come out. I think that's a team that really worked hard to get into a tournament, and they have good momentum. They had to beat Italy to make it into the World Cup. And, they're the ones that spoiled Italy's return to the World Cup after missing 2 in a row. So this is 3 in a row that Italy isn't in the World Cup. And I think that momentum is going to take them far in this group. I think they can manage Qatar and Switzerland. They have veteran presence, but they also have some young players on the Bosnia team. One of their young players, I think he's like 1920, declared to play for Bosnia, but could have played for the USA. So, potential U.S. talent taking another country far into a tournament.
Very nice. Wow. Little less research for me here, John.
Yeah.
Gonna go Canada and Switzerland out of this group. I just think that they'll be the top two. I feel like either one could make it out. I do like your talking points regarding Bosnia, though, because a lot of this is going to be mindset. This is one of those groups. I don't know. Canada soccer looking better than the U.S. or about the same, or what's your feels on Canada?
Not better than the U.S. or not better than Mexico, but still elite. I think my concern is there's injury concern around that team right now.
Got it.
They lost one player to a torn, I think it was ACL. We talked about it. I don't know if it was the last week or the week before that.
I remember.
And then Alphonso Davies, hearing he's still managing an injury, should be back for the tournament, but I don't know if he'll be ready for the opening game. So,
Got it.
like I say, and that's their probably top player because he plays at Bayern Munich, one of the top clubs in Europe. So,
Absolutely.
like I say, they have a solid squad, but I think injury is what could plague them and maybe not even make it out of the group. But home field advantage, they play in Canada. All their games are in Canada.
That'll do it. Yeah. Toronto is going to be one of the main stages, right? Main cities for this. Is that the place where we saw some of the bleachers looking a
I,
little
I I think it
questionable?
might be. I think it might be. Um,
Yeah, looked like a bunch of scaffolding, and I
yeah.
was like, don't know if I'd want to sit on that.
But like, if they gave you free tickets, Tim, to those bleachers, would you?
Mm. Are they including food?
Probably not.
Ah. Actually, I probably won't want to eat because I feel like any extra weight could
It's
make
just.
that thing fall. Might not
uh,
go right. So,
uh,
you know what? F it. YOLO. Only live
YOLO.
once. Let's just go for it. Why not? And I'll give my review of
Uh,
the scaffolding seats.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it is them. It's adding 17,000 temporary seats to their stadium. So bringing up.
17,000 on those bad boys?
Yep.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm looking at like pictures of it. That's not
Are,
really it, is it?
are they
For,
putting bricks on the bottom of them? Like carnival rides? Or like piece of wood?
from the looks of it, it's already on like a walkway. It's not even on the ground.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. I think what
Um,
they did right now, because I think all the images we've seen, you see all the metal scaffolding. You see all the crosses there. Right
oh
now, I
yeah.
think they have like banners covering it, so you don't see all that. So it looks more
That'll
secure.
that'll make you feel better. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, I don't know. I would just like to meet the find people that screwed in all the bolts and
Yes.
did you go extra tight? What kind of tools were we
Uh,
using? you know,
yeah. Well, you can't go too tight. You tighten it too much, it's gonna be all loose because you just
that's
wear
true.
out the threading. So you got to be careful.
That's true. It's a great point, John.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah, anybody watching this that happens to have the scaffolding seats, we'll call them scaffolding seats.
yeah.
Let us know how you're feeling
Yeah.
about it before and after.
Yeah. No, for sure.
A little
Uh,
questionable. Sorry, tangent with the seats.
yeah. But yeah, that's the C. But yeah, that's Group B for us. We have Canada. Tim has Switzerland coming out with Canada. I have Bosnia coming out with Canada. Group C: Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. Who do you got, Tim?
F it. I'm going to go Morocco and Scotland. You convinced me that Brazil is going to be in
Okay.
shambles. And I just, I think Morocco's got something.
Mhm.
I'd love to root for Haiti, but yeah, I don't think that there's enough there.
Yeah.
But Scotland, um, yeah, I'm convinced.
Yeah.
A little bit of a dark
Okay.
horse
Hey,
possibility.
yeah, impossible. Yeah,
Great
I
Scott.
have I have Morocco, Scotland, but most likely I think it'll be Brazil, Morocco. But like I said, I do feel like Brazil is the one team that will choke this tournament. So Morocco has a great team players. Like I say, Scotland's coming back to the World Cup after being gone for so long from the tournament, and they probably have a lot. If you haven't seen it, I don't know if I sent it to you. Ewan McGregor made their like little entrance video.
So badass.
Very, very,
Yeah,
very cool,
you
and
did
like
send it. Yeah.
it pumped me up. So I was like, okay, I like Scotland.
Yeah, if you
So
have Obi-Wan making your promo vid,
yeah, it's a
you're
win.
using the Force all tournament.
Yeah, yeah.
Badass.
Yeah, people should dress up in like Jedi outfits with the national team jersey, huh?
Oh yeah, I got to go on my ancestry, see how much Scottish I have in me. Um, might
yeah,
change sides there. I'm just a European mutt, John, so I could probably just transform every rooting country I have.
that's funny. Yeah, you
Yep,
can.
good
And then
stuff.
yeah, Haiti, a small country. Kudos to them for making it and being part of this tournament. It's history making for them. So glad to see them. Hopefully, they don't get embarrassed, but you never know.
Yeah, no, it's great that they're there.
Yeah. Group D, we have USA, Paraguay, Australia, Turkey. I will say this is what I'm calling my group of death. This is the
Ooh,
one
yeah.
group that I just don't know how it's gonna go. It could go either way, but I have USA and Turkey coming out of this group. Australia is a solid squad. I don't know if you saw them playing Mexico last. I think it was last weekend. They played pretty well, and then Paraguay coming back after being gone from the tournament for I think just one cycle. Also a solid team that's always from South America. So I think USA Turkey. I think USA has the home field advantage, and like I say, Turkey. I think it's just a sleeper for me.
For sure. Yeah, I too have Turkey in the U.S. out of this one, but I completely see what you're saying about this being the group of death. You mentioned this when these groups first came out, and since then I've kind of looked into each team kind of briefly, and um, yeah, crazy good talent, just
Mm-hmm.
all around in this group. And but I will say, after watching those highlights over the with the friendly this past weekend, the U.S. I have a lot more confidence in them than I thought I did.
Okay.
Just their shots on goal looked amazing. It just seemed like they were getting a bit unlucky with their
Mm-hmm.
shots. But yeah, I don't know. I just can't really. It's been a minute since we've seen a U.S. team kind of look the way they did over the
Yeah,
weekend.
they played really well. They played really
Mhm.
well in that game against Germany. Great way to sort of end your pre World Cup games. There's still a lot of question marks for me. But like I say, this is a squad. I've heard a lot of people talking about USA is going to win it. And I'm like, I don't see it. But I will say,
Mhm.
like, if USA could play perfect games, if they get out of this group stage and then they just are playing perfect games against some of these top squads, they have a chance. They have a fighting chance, But
Mhm.
like I say, it's that will. It's that fight for that country in your country that you have. Um, and hey, maybe it could be our year. When South Korea, when the World Cup was in South Korea, nobody thought South Korea was going to make it to the third place game or even one game away from making it to the finals.
Mhm.
Hey, that could be USA, that could be Mexico, that could be Canada this year.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. Could be, but yeah, I don't know. Just after the performances, I'm kind of too a little hush hush on those
Yeah.
USA vibes, especially after that chant.
Oh,
What we need to clean that up. That is just
we need to get
t-ball.
better. It's very amateur, and we've had 4 years to get ready. Whoever in the soccer federation that comes up with the chance or comes up with an one for the U.S., they got to do better.
Gotta be a kindergarten teacher.
Maybe
Gotta be. Just
it could be. It could be.
I don't know if it was the audience singing it, but I don't think you could make those lyrics much
Yeah.
better.
No. No. We're gonna be made fun of if it doesn't change by. I think we play third or we play Friday. So hopefully we hear
You
something
know,
better.
what's crazy to me, John, is just even when it comes to college football, and we can think of like all the songs and stuff that goes along with each and every team. Like we can do something more badass than that. Like,
Yeah.
come on, just say it.
Yeah. No. Like I said, let's see what might change because I think they've probably gotten a lot of pushback, a lot of hate on that video.
Hope
So
so.
something must be changing. We'll go to Group B. This is Germany, Curacao, um, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador. Who do you got, Tim?
Well, for starters, of course, going to go with Germany. Um, it's just complete amateur mentality with this, Sean. Apologies to the audience. You're not getting a whole lot out of my end of the spectrum on some of these teams. I'm going to go Ecuador, just because I've just heard the name of relevancy there, um, and Shakira's from Ecuador, right? So, um,
Colombia.
I thought she was Ecuadorian. No, I'm
She's
thinking of
Colombian.
Christina Aguilera. I think
Yeah, I think that
she's
might be.
Ecuadorian.
Yeah.
Dang it, can't even go with that talking point. It's going to be like FIFA World Cup song. You got it. Scratch that amateur hour. But Ecuador just seems like they've been there and will
Yeah,
be competitive.
yeah. No, yeah. I got Germany. It's pretty simple with this group. And then I've been going back and forth between Ecuador and Ivory Coast. I'm gonna go Ivory Coast. I think they're gonna get out of this group. I liked how they played. I think they played France and beat France in a friendly.
There you go.
So like I say, I'm going with some of these teams off of momentum, how they ended these last
Mhm.
few games before the World Cup, because it means a lot. It's gonna go a long way. So I have Germany, Ivory Coast, but Ecuador's right there as well. Um,
Excellent. Germany's got that
Curacao,
one in hand, though, huh?
yeah, they should. Like I say,
Okay.
the Curacao team, it's one of the smallest countries in the World Cup this year. So, and it's their
Mm.
first time ever in a World Cup. So I think they're just happy to be there. Shout out to them, though. I think one of the cleanest away jerseys, the yellow, like that, like yellow
Mm.
tint jersey. It's
Yes.
one of the cleaner jerseys.
You sent me the bus video for them too, right?
Yeah,
The just immaculate vibes.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
yeah. That team
beat
talk about
beat
momentum.
beat down
Yeah.
bus with no windows at all. Like that's
Now
just
we're
legit.
talking. Yes. I like the mentality.
Yeah.
Curacao, very good at baseball. I believe
Okay.
Andrew Jones is from Curacao, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
Nice.
I could be wrong, but I think that's correct. They're pretty competitive Little League World Series. So just long story short, John, athletic country, and I
Yeah.
think that they could be very good. If it's not this go around, I think
Hmm.
hopefully we see a lot more of them in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we will see more of them in the future, possibly. So,
Good.
next, Group F, we have the Netherlands, Japan, Sweden, Tunisia. This one is also a pretty tough group, but I have the Netherlands and Sweden coming out of this group. I think Netherlands are the most dominant team out of this group. And then it's sort of between Japan and Sweden. And I think Sweden, um, I knew Sweden a lot more back in the day, about probably 10 years ago, what that squad looked like compared to now. But they're always a contender, and always have some solid players. So, in Japan, like I say, I think Japan has the same mindset as like Korea, so they're going to be fighting every single minute.
Yes. Netherlands have Holland, right?
No, that's Norway.
Nice. Learn as we go here, everybody. This bracket, though, just watch me just like nail some of these. That'd be
You
hilarious.
probably will. Like,
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Japan. You talked a lot about. I'm gonna go Japan taking this bracket. Actually, I think they'll be first
okay.
out. Then I'll go Netherlands. Could be completely wild prediction, but I do think Japan could be a bit of a dark horse here in this FIFA tournament altogether. I know you spoke very highly of them, maybe
Hmm.
2, 3, 4 weeks ago, John.
Yeah.
Kind of got me motivated. Just Japan is like, they've gotten better every go around. Correct? Like they've
Hmm.
just
Hmm.
been a team that's building.
Yeah.
Soccer's probably becoming a lot more popular over there.
Hmm.
So I'll go Japan first out, then I'll go Netherlands
Okay.
shortly after.
It's a
Netherlands
bold
dealing
take.
with injuries, though, right?
Yeah, they dealt with one of their key players out for the
Yep.
tournament. So, but they still have a lot of great, solid players. So,
Okay.
but like I say, it's that momentum. You lose a guy that was such a big piece of your team, it could throw your chi around, and you might just have some bad games because of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think
Yeah,
Japan's coming in with some good chi, and
yeah,
I
yeah.
like it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Hot take. There
yeah.
you go.
Hot take. All right, Group G. We have Belgium, Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand. Who do you got, Tim?
Um, I got. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Belgium. Belgium for this one. Then I'm gonna go New Zealand. Um, you know,
Well, we'll
why
call that a
not?
very
Could be good.
bold take. Bold take
Is
right
it?
there.
It's
Yeah.
a little bold. You know what? Why not? It's just
Yeah.
F it, run with it. Yeah, I'll stick with it. I'll stick with New Zealand. Why not?
No,
Yeah,
hey, and like I say, you can never be wrong. New Zealand is the one. The player Tim Payne, he's the one that
that's the
had
one.
he had 5,000 followers and now over 5 million. So
I'm a
hey,
Tim. He's a
that could
Tim.
be that could be momentum for New Zealand to play hard and get out of this group. Like I say, quality wise, they're probably not the best, but against Iran and Egypt, they probably could manage. I saw I saw one of their friendlies and they were able to hold up against the teams. So it's possible. Long shot, but it's possible.
Did they do the haka dance before?
I didn't see that. I didn't see if they did.
If they do
Yeah.
that though, intimidation
Oh,
factor
it could be.
99.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
be like, wow. I'd also
Yeah.
be like in awe, like great
Yeah.
performance kind of thing.
Yeah.
F it, New Zealand. Why not?
Yeah.
Run with
Yeah.
it.
Okay. That's a good one. I
That's what
have
we're here
Belgium
for.
coming out.
Okay.
Belgium, solid squad. I think this is another squad that could make it far into a tournament and even win it. But they were, for me, they've always been a choke artist of a team. They could just never put it together in the tournament. So, but Belgium, I have them getting out of the group. And then I have Egypt. Egypt has Mo Salah, Liverpool, or probably ex Liverpool player. Hasn't been to a World Cup in a while, so I think he's going to be putting a lot for his country. So I see Egypt coming out of it. But yeah, I don't mind that New Zealand take actually too. Now that I think of it a bit,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's, imagine I'm going to make a mixtape of that if it comes to fruition. That's going to be wild.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. We'll
it's a
see.
great vacation spot. Maybe I'll just go visit them after if they make it
Maybe,
pretty far.
yeah,
I believe since
yeah,
day one.
yes.
Oh, I
They'll
love it.
welcome you with open arms over there.
Yes, they're
Yeah,
New Zealand's better than Belgium waffles. How about that?
yeah. Oh,
That's questionable
eh.
too. Nah, yeah, waffles are really good.
Hot
Too
take over there,
far.
you guys. Hot
Too
take,
far.
hot take.
Yeah.
We'll go to Group H. Group H, we have Spain, Cabo Verde, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay. This is, I think, one of the most obvious ones for me. But like I say, obvious on paper, could be totally different during the tournament. But I have Spain coming out of this, and then Uruguay getting out of it as well.
Um, I really like Cabo Verde. I'm just kidding. Really sad. I like the name of the country. Not gonna lie. Got to figure out where that is regionally.
Yep.
Sounds like a good little spot. But yeah, gonna go Spain or Uruguay. Two powerhouses, right? This is
Mm-hmm.
just yeah, one of those groups that I think that just two standouts, you know,
Yeah.
continuously
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So then we'll go to Group I. We got France, Senegal, Iraq, and Norway. So I'll let you start.
Um, yep. So gonna go with the obvious. Gonna go with France. Um, for one of the teams. And then we talked a little bit about them last week. Another dark horse possibility. I kind of like Senegal
Mm-hmm.
out of this group. I think that they had what they tied with the U.S. right in that one
Mm-hmm.
game, if I'm not mistaken. It's a team that's really athletic. I
Mm-hmm.
think that they can, keep up. It's an up and coming team, right? This is one of those
They,
teams that's
they've always been pretty decent. They've had
okay.
like some star players that play like in the bigger clubs, and then
Hmm.
a lot of players that just are still part of European soccer.
Okay.
But yeah, it's always fast squad. Always they're a quick team for me.
Got it. Yeah, I like it. I
Okay.
like the speed. Yeah, gonna go France and Senegal, but
Okay.
France is I think a pretty easy
Yeah.
route for them
Easy
here.
pick for that one. Yeah. Yeah. For Group I got France getting out of it number one. Um, And then I want to go. I'm going to go Norway. Erling Holland making it to his first World Cup. Um, I think they got a pretty good squad that could get through, but it's going to be a tough one to get through Senegal. It's going to be between Senegal and Norway, but I am Norway squeaking in.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Group J, we got Argentina, Algeria, Austria, and Jordan. This one also, just like the Germany group or the Spain group, pretty
Mhm.
obvious. Well, at least for number one, Argentina. Argentina should get out of this group easily, but never say never. Then I think I'm going to go Austria. I think that's the team I know the most about. I think Algeria is a pretty solid squad too, but I just think Austria will come out of this.
Yeah, I have the same two. Out of this group, Argentina and Austria. Um, Probably just what the most common,
Yeah,
um, well
common
known
picks
names.
right now.
I don't know too much about the other squads in this group, but would be interesting to see if one of these squads comes out out of the gates,
Yeah,
with a lot to kind of show.
yeah. Group K, we got Portugal, the DR Congo, Uzbekistan, and Colombia. Who do you got?
Portugal and Colombia for this group. Kind of talked a bit about Portugal. Obviously, Ronaldo, arguably not even the best part of that team. Yeah, going to be super competitive. Colombia been very good in years past, right?
Mm-hmm.
Always pretty competitive team. Just one of those
Yeah,
great South American countries when it comes to football this time of year. So yeah, going to go with them too out of this
yeah,
group.
yeah. It's pretty obvious. I think Portugal, Colombia get out of this one. Colombia, this is a squad that some of their players they make a name for themselves in the World Cup. It was, I think, in Brazil where James Rodriguez had his coming out party at the World Cup and then signed to Real Madrid. So, like I say, it's one player that, and he's coming back to the World Cup. So, and he always plays well. So, I think they're a solid squad. And then Portugal, yeah, we talked Portugal already. They should get out of it. And then last group, we got Group L: England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. This one's going to be a little hard. I have England coming out of it. I think they should take care of business. Hopefully, the English can keep up with the humidity, where
Mm,
their games are.
question
And
mark.
then I'm gonna go Ghana. I'm gonna go the Black Stars.
Oh,
This is a team that always surprises in the World Cup and plays really well.
okay.
So I think they're gonna get out. I think a lot of people are gonna have Croatia, but I have Ghana getting out of this group with England.
Got it. How's Panama looking?
Panama's probably the lowest team of this group.
I'll go Croatia, and I'll follow your coattails here with Ghana.
Okay.
I like what you're talking about with them, and I just kind of it sounds just like one of those lesser known teams, maybe that can pack a punch, and
Mm-hmm.
um, just the English are just gonna really hate me this week.
We're just straight England bashing. And like I
Oh
said,
man,
this is going to be a hot take for you, or one of our banter takes, but I'll let you do it right now.
excellent,
Um,
love
I'm
it.
going to send it to you while we're still in this, and not in banter takes. 'Cause I think it's just perfect for what you've been saying this whole segment.
Love this.
Let's
Brought
see what you
into
say.
reality. Ah, excellent. England is the Dallas Cowboys of world soccer. The timing is immaculate on this one, John. Well done. And yes, absolutely. Very easy to speak to. It's always their year, right? Just never
Pretty
happens.
much.
They have this big support group, arguably the biggest fan base in all of World Cup soccer, lies in England. And it's just that's exactly what the Dallas Cowboys are of the NFL. Arguably the biggest fan group, always their year, always things clicking together, big names, Jerry Jones, you name it, everything's going to go right for them. And then it doesn't. And then same thing with England. England comes in, yeah, the squad's looking really good. This is one of the best English teams in years, blah, blah, blah. This is different, yada, yada, yada. And then we get to this past weekend, the humidity is a problem. It just seems like they have 99 problems, and just losing is probably going to be one as well.
Yeah.
And then you pair that in with the pitch wasn't very good for them. I believe that they're complaining about the pitch in their friendly that they had, and I
Hmm.
guess they were showing uniformity with who'd they play over the weekend? I forget who it
Um,
was.
I can't remember who they played.
Yeah, they played somebody. I know both teams kind of felt the same way about like, oh yeah, the field conditions weren't very good. Yeah, well, we've seen Premier League teams or Champions
Hmm.
League possibilities. Like the Wolves played somebody in England this year that it was
Yeah.
just a literally like a pig pen. It was like a mud
Oh,
pile.
the muddy one. Yeah.
Good Lord. Yeah. It was just crazy. And, so it's like, man, and that's not even, I don't even think that was like a FIFA field. Like it was not even something that they're going to play on an actual game. So, um, chill out a bit, literally chill out a bit. Maybe go find like something to deal with the humidity a bit more. We have those like cold towels you can put around your neck. Um, I know that there's not a whole lot of it. We do have air conditioning here. I know England they don't really have as much because it's typically cold, and I get that. Um, but there's ways around it, guys. You'll get used to it. Don't worry. But just don't at me too bad when I bet you guys will advance. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It just seems a little soft to start at.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of good arguments that they look like the Dallas Cowboys of American football, a team that is always fan base is always pumping them up. They're going to be the best team. They're winning a Super Bowl. It's our year. Sometimes they do well, but then they choke in the playoffs.
Mhm.
Cowboys, a lot of great memories. And I call them great because it's always fun to see them lose in the playoffs in heartbreaking fashion. It
Always.
just shows that they suck. So England, the Three Lions, that's their nickname. Probably looks scary when you first look at it, but once you get close to them and you're in the knockout stage, they're the cowardly lion from the Wizard of Oz. They can't do anything. They make it. They make it into the groups or into the knockout rounds, but they always fumble it. They're always fumbling it with just bad plays, just not on top of their game. And like I say, it's a team that I could see maybe winning it this year, but we're the USA. We're not going to let England win on our home turf. So,
Mhm.
um, but I'm not going to go as far to say that they're not getting out of the group or as much as
Come
you've
on,
been.
John. John, you want to join me.
Not at the moment, and it's not that I'm not trying to hate on trying to get them on my good
No.
side and on your bad side, but it's just like I've liked the squad. I want
Yep.
to see if they do well. I hope they do, but I do see them also being choke artists. Um, and like I said, I think when people probably see this, they probably are going to think just from the looks of it that I'm the hater on England, and they're probably thinking you're English, and they're gonna once they watch it, they're gonna be like, "What is going on with this wanker?"
Yeah. Wanka, wanka. They're all gonna the shame this podcast.
Oh man.
Oh man, somebody, if you have two extra tickets to one of these English matches, let us know. We would love to be in attendance at all. Just take it in. But yeah, you brought up the Three Lions, Sean, and I thought of something. You realize it's three lions. You said cowardly lions. You get a little closer to these lions, and you just realize that they're just a bunch of cats.
It could be
The three cats.
three
Um,
cats.
there's other words for it. Just deal with the warmth.
Yeah.
Figure it out. I'm just kind of. I get it. It gets hot.
Mhm.
We live in a warm climate here in California. Like, been there, done that. I sweat my ass off. I was sweating all through the arcade the other day. Like
Yeah.
the heat, will get to me. But yeah, you got to work through it. And I don't think you
Yeah.
talk about it because then, what if the opposing team accidentally puts heaters on your sideline instead of fans?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoops. I don't
Yeah.
know. You're playing on the U.S. turf. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's not saying it's going to happen. No collusion here, but um, yeah, this is a great talking point, John. You bring up the playoffs. That's another great point. You know, they can't handle the big games.
Nope.
Um, yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. Will
Yeah.
Wolves fans still accept me with this take? Is the problem. I hope they do.
Yeah.
Um,
I
would
think
love to
they
go to Molyneux one
they'll,
day.
they'll forgive you eventually because they
Mm.
know it's not fully you. They would
Yeah.
hate you maybe for a bit because you didn't support the squad, but like I say, the
Yep.
Wolves they have people from all not just England, other countries, so
That's true.
it's more accepting. But yeah, that's our Wolfpack soccer check-in. Like I say, we'll probably talk a
Record.
lot more soccer coming up with the World Cup. Review some of the games, some what we've seen.